Coming up, a look into the White Sox season so far.
Plus, the final return of Drip or Drown.
I'm Sarah Mahaney.
And I'm Amelia Villhauer.
All this and so much more.
Rambler Sports Locker begins now. Today is no normal show for Rambler Sports Locker. All 6 of our seniors are here for our final episode of RSL.
Yes, Amelia, we are saying goodbye to many iconic segments today.
And stick around because we will be closing out with a panel where we all reflect on our time together.
But before we dive into that, it's time for Rambler Rundown.
This week, we'll start on the softball diamond, where the Ramblers completed a 3-game sweep of UMass this past weekend. Junior pitcher Peyton Pepkowski also won Atlantic 10 Pitcher of the Week for the 3rd time in a row. They've had the week off, but will take on St. Joseph's in a 3-game spread this weekend at Hawk Hill. Starting today, the track and field team is in Whitewater, Wisconsin to participate in their last regular season meet before the conference championships in Fairfax, Virginia next weekend. The men's golf team travels to Orlando to partake in their conference championship, too. On the recruiting front, the women's basketball and women's volleyball teams have hit the road to scout players from the class of the 2025 season. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for some potential transfer portal signings, too. That's your Rambler Rundown, and make sure you get out and support your Rambler teams. William Bazzone for Rambler Sports Locker.
Thanks, William. Now it's time for a blast from the past with Elizabeth Winchester for This Day in Sports History.
Thanks, Sarah. As the semester comes to a close, I would like to take a moment to look back on the amazing things that happened on this day. That's right, it's time for my last edition of This Day in Sports History. In 1905, the Chicago Cubs played the Pittsburgh Pirates at Exposition Park. Outfielder Jack McCarthy threw out 3 runners at home plate, each time completing a double play. He became only the 2nd outfielder in Major League history to record 3 double plays in a single game. In 1941, a beloved baseball tradition began. Organ music was heard for the first time at Wrigley Field. Played by Ray Nelson, the organ welcomed fans for an afternoon game against the Cardinals, which the Cubs lost 6-2. Lastly, in 1963, Bill Wennington was born in Montreal, Quebec. He won 3 NBA championships with the Bulls. He also represented Canada in the 1984 Olympics and the 1983 World University Games, where the team won gold. That's all for my last edition of This Day in Sports History. For Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Elizabeth Winchester. Now back to the anchors.
Thanks, Elizabeth, for always keeping us updated on our history. Speaking of history, it looks like the White Sox are making some of their own in the worst way. Bella Giudice is here to give us the rundown on the tragedy that is the White Sox this season.
The White Sox have been historically bad this year. On Sunday, the Sox became one of only 12 teams to win less than 3 games in their first 21 games. They now sit at 3-22. To add insult to injury, since Sunday, the Sox have only plated 45 runs starting the season, and they're the first team to be shut out 8 times in their first 22 games, making them the worst offensive White Sox team in history. If you're a fan of cheap baseball games, I know the place for you. Sox tickets have been sold for $1. It's early in the baseball year, so we'll see if the boys can turn it around. From Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Bella Giudice. Now, let's hear from RSL reporter Lucas Kihmm.
What is up, Sports Locker Nation? It's Lucas Kihmm here, back for the last time with a fan favorite segment, Drip or Drown, where I rate Loyola and professional athletes' attire on and off the field and decide if they're a drip or drown. So let's get straight into it. Up first, we got the Loyola women's softball uniforms. All I have to say is that they know how to intimidate their opponents with these black jerseys. Even though Loyola is typically maroon and gold, these uniforms make their intimidation factor go up by a ton with the darker option. It's different and unique from other Loyola uniforms. This is a drip in my book. Number 2, we got Russell Westbrook of the Los Angeles Clippers. I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going on here with the plaid combination. I get it. You're nominated for the NBA Style of the Year. I don't know about this one, man. It's giving me too much Scottish vibes with what I think is a long kilt or skirt. Not sure. Sorry, Russ, you're a drown this week. I don't vibe with the outfit. And finally, to wrap things up, we got Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. The NBA playoffs just started, and the Nuggets are taking on the Lakers in round 1. I can't believe the movie Despicable Me came out 14 years ago, and we're just realizing that Nikola Jokic is the real-life Gru. The two-time MVP is attracting attention from fans of the franchise as well as Gru's minions for his on-par look as their boss. If Gru stole the moon, then the Joker can steal the NBA championship trophy this year. Despicable who? Despicable you, Mr. Jokic. He's a drip in my opinion. That's about it for Drip or Drown this time. For Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Lucas Kihmm.
Thanks, Lucas. I still remember 2 years ago when Drip or Drown began, and while it is bittersweet to watch it come to an end, I'm sure everyone is grateful for the fashion advice over the years.
Now, we may be seeing many endings today, but one thing that will definitely continue after we leave is Loyola athletics.
That's right, Sarah, and William Bazzone is here to give us his takes for next year.
Thanks, Amelia. I'm graduating in 2 weeks, so I guess now's a good time to practice fortune telling and give some very early predictions for some teams next year. First off, I think the women's volleyball team will make it back to the NCAA tournament. They might have had a difficult non-conference schedule this year, but they were absolutely dominant in conference play. I'm even predicting a tournament win for the Ramblers. After 2 years of heartbreaking losses in the conference tournament, I'm predicting the men's soccer team to finally get over the hump. Some key pieces might be graduating, but I'm excited to watch the up-and-comers like Pitar Janic take a leap forward and guide the Ramblers to the big dance. The women's basketball team also lost some key contributors, but I think they will be a top 5 team in the A10 and finish with a winning record. With the addition of 6 freshmen, including Roy Sheen Granberry, a top 75 prospect according to ESPN, there's a lot of potential for a squad that just outplayed the media's preseason expectations. On the men's side of A10 basketball, there have been quite a few teams decimated by the transfer portal, but not Loyola. Right now, it's looking like their conference to lose. I think they are due to run back a regular season championship and, dare I say, win the conference tournament and get back to March Madness. As we've seen throughout this year, anything can happen, and I have nothing but high hopes for our teams and their bright futures. William Bazzone for Rambler Sports Locker.
Thanks, William. That does it for our segments. Now it's time for the senior panel.
Hey guys, at the end of every year, RSL likes to honor the seniors in the club and talk about some of our favorite memories and moments. So for today, I'm just gonna ask 2 questions. When and why did you join RSL? And if you have a favorite memory, what is it? All right, Amelia.
All right, so I joined RSL my sophomore year fall semester. I would have joined my freshman year, but as we all know, that was during COVID. I didn't really know enough about Rambler Sports Locker. I knew it was online, but it confused me, so I was like, I'll just wait till I get to campus. So I got here, I immediately liked it because I just wanted to learn more about journalism, and it also was a great opportunity to meet people, and I've had the chance to meet so many people that I've really loved getting to know over the years. And then for my favorite memory, it has to be this year, a group of us, we went to Brooklyn for the A10 tournament, and it was amazing. It was a couple days of just constant coverage. We really all came together as a team and put out great content that I'm really proud of, everyone else is really proud of. So that definitely was a peak moment for me here at RSL.
Elizabeth.
I joined same thing sophomore fall. I didn't know anything. I was living in Ohio. I was not active my freshman year, so I got onto campus. I was in Patty's class, and she said RSL, and I joined, and I've been in it ever since. My favorite memory was actually last year when I was allowed to go on the RSL A10 conference to Brooklyn as well. So not this year, but last year I went.
Nice. Sarah?
I joined RSL my sophomore year in the spring. I first heard of it from Professor Limon. I, at that time, had very little interest in broadcast and sports, but I did a lot of video work, and so it seemed interesting, and so I showed up. And I ended up really liking it, and I've been here ever since. I would have to agree with Amelia. My favorite memory this year was getting to put our skills to the test in Brooklyn and really create some amazing things.
All right, I guess it's me. When I joined RSL, it was the fall of my sophomore year, so fall of 2021. Mm-hmm. I did not want to join at all. I didn't know what I wanted. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to join because it was 45 minutes after my class, and I was like, why am I going to wait downtown? But my friend Chloe Morrissey was like, please come with me, and I was like, all right, fine. And so I ended up joining. I was a journalism major, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, and so I decided to. Chloe was like a great like outlet or like excuse to come and kind of join clubs in journalism, and so came to RSL, and I've just really enjoyed it a lot, and I don't regret that decision at all. And my favorite memory for RSL has to be, gosh, I mean, I love just going to the men's basketball games for sure, but I think one that stands out to me is most recently I went to the Loyola Dayton game.
Very fun.
Past March.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very fun game.
I was there with you doing coverage. Yeah,
Amelia was there, Nate was there, and I mean, that game was electric. Like, the stadium, I never seen so many away fans there, and then I never seen so many like home fans, and just the stadium was, like, Gentile was super loud, and then the Ramblers won, and that was insane. Insane. There was a fight that broke out after. That was, I was crazy, but that was awesome. I loved it. So that's my favorite memory. Bella?
I joined last semester. I took a class with Jay Brown, and she had mentioned it a couple of times, and she kept telling me, Bella, you got to build that reel. You got to build that reel. And I took a while to build the reel because I joined really late. So, but I'm here now, and I enjoyed my time here. I'm really thankful for everyone.
Don't cry. You're so close. You're so close.
Keep it together.
And my favorite memory is probably anytime I get to talk about the 49ers.
Had to do that a lot this year.
I had to, yeah. But yeah, really thankful.
Bang, bang, not gang.
All right, last but not least, I guess it's me. Lucas, I actually owe it to you. I remember it was my junior year, my fall semester I joined. So I remember you and I had a class together, Michael Lamone, very early in the morning. You were always like, oh, you should join RSL, you should join RSL. And I was kind of looking for like a creative refresh at the time. I was kind of like stuck in like just stuff that I wasn't really like passionate about anymore. I'd always been a sports fan, but had never really considered like, do I really want to do like sports broadcasting? Like I always loved watching ESPN growing up and all that stuff, but to like be able to do it like in a college setting, like I never thought I'd be able to do that. It was probably the best decision I ever made. So thank you, Lucas. Just been so great to work alongside you five just these last 2 years in various capacities, and everybody else out there. Jim, Jay Brown, you've been excellent advisors and mentors. Ryan, George, and Chechia, we miss you, buddy. We miss you a lot.
Of course.
Shout out.
And yeah, it's just been a really rewarding experience. I think my favorite memory, though, I don't like to steal Lucas's thunder, but when I got the ability to host the Ramble last semester, it was really fun, and it just helped me become more comfortable and more versatile as a reporter, and just like be more free thinking and just think on the fly. And I think that was really just helped me grow as a reporter and get a job, quite frankly. So
Go,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Okay, real quick. One thing you're gonna miss about RSL, like super quick. Go.
I think I'm just going to miss the community, having the people to come back to. This has been like we've had a lot of people in and out of RSL over the past like 3 years that I've been here. But it's like everyone that I've met, I've enjoyed their company. I've enjoyed that we've all been able to work together. And like I've seen everyone grow. I've seen so many freshmen and sophomore, like they came in this year and now by the end, they're absolutely killing it. So I love watching that growth and how everyone here pushes each other to be better.
Lizzie.
I would say, besides obviously the community and family that I have found here, I really enjoyed finding a way to kind of transform my technical experience for theater into something kind of professional. So I really appreciated that opportunity and also being able to direct people around. That was really fun.
Sarah.
I'm gonna have to go with Amelia on this one. I love this team. I love this crew, and I love what I do, but I would not still be here if it weren't for these people that I get to see every week.
Executive board.
Yeah. Way to rub it in. Way to rub it in.
I'm going to miss the studio for sure. This is a great space. This is super creative. You're able to do whatever you want here. I'm going to miss the staff, and I'm going to miss the people, obviously. Bella?
I'm going to be short because I don't want to cry more, but I'm going to miss like the supportive atmosphere and just being able to not be afraid to fail because, I don't know, I just feel like everyone's so supportive and it really helps you do what you need to do.
Man, just leaving it all on me. I'm really just gonna miss a place where I can just kind of, college is a stressful environment. There's so much going on, and this was kind of like a safe haven for me to just kind of come in every week, be myself, not think about the world around me. I can just come in, be surrounded by so many awesome people, and just be myself and just relax and unwind, and it was just fun to get to create stuff every week and put together a really awesome show with all you guys.
Awesome.
Aw.
Thank you guys. Gonna miss all you guys. Very happy I was able to host this in lieu of the Ramble. That wraps up this episode of Rambler Sports Locker.
To stay up to date on all things Rambler Sports, be sure to follow us on X, TikTok, and Instagram at Loyola RSL, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From all of us here at Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Amelia Villhauer.
I'm Elizabeth Winchester.
I'm Sarah Mahaney.
I'm Lucas Kihmm.
I'm Bella Giudice.
And I'm William Bazzone.
Have
Have a great summer.
Don't forget to
Let's go.